The silent goodbye. 10 warning signs your cat is preparing to leave. Most cat owners miss the final goodbye. Not because they don't care, but because cats say farewell in whispers, not screams. They protect us from their pain by hiding it behind ordinary moments. And by the time we notice, it's often too late to be there when they need us most. I'm James Mitchell, Feline Relationship Coach. My goal is to help you build a deeper bond of love and trust with your cat, one secret at a time. Welcome to Cat Senses Advice, where we decode the mysteries of feline behavior together. Your cat might already be trying to tell you something crucial, and you're missing it. Not because you're careless, but because their signals look like normal behavior. They don't cry for help, they whisper it through subtle changes that seem innocent until they're not. Before we continue, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button right now. This information could save you from a lifetime of regret, and every cat owner needs to know these signs. Share this with anyone who loves their feline friend, because knowledge like this shouldn't stay hidden. The truth about feline farewells. Cats are masters of disguise. They've spent thousands of years perfecting the art of hiding weakness, pain, and vulnerability. In the wild, showing distress meant becoming prey. Even though your living room is safe, that ancient programming runs deep in their DNA. When cats begin their final journey, they don't announce it. They don't beg for attention or dramatize their condition. Instead, they wrap their goodbye in familiar routines, making their last days look like ordinary ones. This protective instinct serves them in nature, but heartbreakingly deceives us at home. The result? 99% of loving cat owners miss the chance to truly be present during their companion's final chapter. Not from lack of love, but from lack of recognition. Sign 1. The language of eyes that speak without words. A cat's gaze holds universe of emotion. Throughout their life, they've looked at you with curiosity, contentment, mischief, and affection. But as they approach their final chapter, something profound shifts in those eyes. Some cats begin staring through you rather than at you. Their gaze becomes distant, contemplative, as if they're seeing beyond the physical world. They'll look at you with an intensity that feels different, softer, yet more penetrating. It's as though they're memorizing every detail of your face, storing it away for a journey you can't take together. Other cats do the complete opposite. They avoid eye contact entirely, turning away when you try to connect visually. This isn't rejection, it's protection. They're holding something too overwhelming to share, shielding you from the weight of their internal experience. Neither response is random. These changes reflect deep emotional processing happening within your cat. They're not just dealing with physical changes, but emotional ones too. The bond you shared throughout their life is being examined, treasured, and slowly released. If you're finding value in these insights, please like this video. It helps other cat owners discover this crucial information, and your engagement means everything to our community here at Cat Senses Advice. Pay attention to moments when your cat's gaze feels different. You might not be able to explain it immediately, but you'll sense it. Trust that instinct. It's your bond speaking to you through years of shared understanding. Sign 2. The vanishing act that happens gradually. Your once social cat begins choosing solitude. But this isn't their usual preference for cozy hiding spots. They're selecting strange, uncomfortable places, under appliances, behind furniture they've never explored, in corners of rooms they typically ignore. Initially, it appears harmless. Cats are naturally curious, and exploring new territory seems normal. This innocent explanation masks the deeper truth. Your cat is following ancient instincts to isolate when vulnerable. In wild environments, sick or dying cats separate from their group to avoid attracting predators and protect their family unit. Your home overflows with love and safety, but thousands of years of evolution don't disappear overnight. When cats sense their body changing, this primal programming activates. The isolation starts subtly. They miss one meal gathering, skip one evening cuddle session, choose the basement over the sunny windowsill. You notice, but don't worry. Cats are independent after all. But gradually, the absences become longer and more frequent. You find yourself searching for them, calling their name with increasing concern, leaving food in multiple locations hoping they'll eat something anywhere. What began as slight behavioral changes transforms into emotional distance that grows wider each day. The most difficult aspect of this sign is understanding their motivation. They're not withdrawing because they love you less. They're pulling away because they love you so much. In their mind, they're sparing you the distress of watching their decline. Sign 3. When purring becomes a mask instead of joy. Few sounds are more comforting than a cat's purr. We associate this gentle vibration with happiness, contentment, and affection. But purring serves multiple purposes beyond expressing pleasure. It's also a self-soothing mechanism cats use during stress, pain, and fear. When cats approach their final days, their purring often changes in subtle ways. It becomes softer, more fragile, yet strangely constant. They purr while hiding, while lying in uncomfortable positions, while showing no other signs of contentment. This shift is particularly deceptive because it reassures us falsely. We hear the familiar sound and think, at least they're comfortable. But what if that purr isn't expressing peace, but masking distress? Purring releases endorphins that help cats manage pain and anxiety. It regulates their breathing and provides internal comfort when external comfort feels unreachable. During their final phase, cats might purr continuously, not from happiness, but from necessity. It's their way of self-medicating emotional and physical discomfort. Take a moment to subscribe to Cat Sense's advice if you haven't already. We're building a community of cat lovers who want to understand their feline friends on the deepest level. Your subscription helps us create more content like this. Listen carefully to your cat's purr. Is it accompanied by normal behaviors like kneading, playing, or seeking attention? Or does it happen in isolation, during periods of withdrawal or unusual positioning? Context matters more than sound alone. Sign 4. Unexpected clingy behavior that feels different. Independence defines most cats. They approach affection on their terms, offering love when they choose rather than when we request it. So when a typically independent cat suddenly becomes your shadow, following every movement and seeking constant contact, it signals something significant. This change often delights owners initially. She's finally becoming cuddly. He's never been this affectionate before. The behavior feels like a gift, especially if your cat was previously aloof or selective with attention. But this sudden clinginess represents need rather than simple affection. Your cat is experiencing internal changes they can't understand or control. Their body feels unfamiliar, their energy fluctuates unpredictably, and confusion replaces their usual confidence. In this uncertainty, you become their anchor. Your presence provides the only constant in a world that no longer makes sense to them. They're not necessarily seeking interaction. Sometimes they just need to be near the one thing that still feels safe and familiar. You might notice them sitting silently beside you for hours, following you from room to room without asking for anything, or sleeping closer than ever before while remaining oddly quiet. They're drawing comfort from your proximity without having energy for active engagement. This behavior can last days or weeks, creating beautiful moments of connection that feel precious and healing. Treasure these times, but recognize them for what they truly represent: your cat seeking security during internal upheaval. Sign 5. The other side, unexpected withdrawal. Not all cats become clingy near the end. Some do the exact opposite, suddenly creating distance after years of closeness. Your previously affectionate companion stops sleeping in your bed, avoids sitting near you, and disappears for hours or days at a time. This withdrawal stings emotionally. We naturally interpret distance as rejection, wondering what we did wrong or why they don't seem to want us anymore. But this behavior has nothing to do with love lost and everything to do with instinctive protection. Cats are incredibly empathetic creatures, more sensitive to human emotions than many people realize. When they sense their own decline, they often try to shield their beloved humans from witnessing it. In their mind, creating distance prevents you from experiencing the pain of watching their deterioration. This protective instinct conflicts with their desire for comfort and connection. They want to be near you, but believe they should spare you the burden of their condition. The result is confusing behavior that seems cold but actually stems from deep compassion. If this information is helping you understand your cat better, please share this video with other cat owners. Knowledge like this can transform final days from confusion into connection. Remember that withdrawal doesn't equal indifference. Your cat is managing their own complex emotions while trying to protect yours. They're attempting to love you from a distance, even though distance isn't what either of you truly needs. Sign 6. Personality changes that signal physical discomfort. Your gentle, sweet-natured cat suddenly displays aggression. They swat when you reach toward them, growl at familiar touches, or even bite for the first time in years. This dramatic personality shift alarms owners who can't understand what's triggered such unexpected hostility. The answer usually isn't emotional, but physical. As cats approach their final stage, their bodies begin feeling foreign and uncomfortable. Joint pain increases, breathing patterns change, and neurological signals might become confusing or overwhelming. Imagine feeling disoriented, achy, and unable to communicate your distress clearly. Your cat experiences this confusion daily as their body changes in ways they can't control or understand. Their aggression represents fear and vulnerability, not meanness or behavioral problems. You might observe other signs of discomfort: pacing during nighttime hours, vocalizing randomly without apparent cause, sleeping in unusual positions that seem uncomfortable, or becoming startled by minor sounds and movements that never bothered them before. This phase is particularly challenging for owners because the cat they've known and loved seems to disappear temporarily. But underneath the defensive behavior is the same loving animal, now struggling with physical and emotional changes they can't express appropriately. Understanding this helps you respond with patience rather than hurt feelings. Your cat isn't choosing to be difficult, they're asking for help in the only way their confused system knows how. Sign 7. The silent surrender of self-care. Grooming represents one of cats' most fundamental behaviors. They clean themselves multiple times daily, not just for hygiene, but for emotional regulation, temperature control, and stress management. When a cat stops grooming, it signals profound internal changes. The decline happens gradually. First, you notice their coat looking slightly less lustrous. Then, small mats appear in areas they usually keep perfectly clean: the belly, back legs, or lower spine. Their fur develops a flat, greasy appearance that feels different under your touch. This isn't laziness or aging-related forgetfulness. It's surrender. Your cat no longer has the physical energy or emotional motivation to maintain their appearance. The muscles required for thorough grooming might ache, they could feel nauseous or dizzy during the process, or they simply lack the strength to complete this once automatic routine. By the time grooming neglect becomes obvious, the underlying condition has usually progressed significantly. But recognizing early changes, slightly less meticulous cleaning, or occasional missed spots can help you identify this transition sooner. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our cat behavior insights. We're here to help you understand and connect with your feline friend through every stage of their life. Gentle assistance with grooming can provide comfort during this phase. Soft brushing sessions offer physical relief while maintaining the bonding experience your cat associates with cleanliness and care. Sign 8. The final location choice that says everything. For years, your cat has claimed specific territories within your home. The sunny windowsill for morning naps, the soft couch cushion for afternoon rest, the corner of your bed for nighttime sleep. These preferences seemed permanent, defining their daily routine and comfort zones. Then they abandoned these beloved spots for strange alternatives. You find them on cold bathroom tiles, tucked behind the washing machine, or curled in the farthest corner of rooms they typically ignored. Initially, it seems random, just another quirky cat behavior to accept without question. But this location change reflects deep instinctive programming. In natural environments, cats leave their familiar territory when approaching death, seeking isolated places where they can fade away peacefully without disturbing their family group. Your home provides ultimate safety and love, but ancient genetic coding doesn't recognize domestic environments. When cats sense their body preparing for its final transition, this prehistoric wisdom activates, drawing them towards spaces that feel separate, final, and appropriately distant. The shift from soft, warm, social sleeping areas to hard, cold, isolated locations represents their attempt to honor both wild instincts and domestic love. They're trying to protect you from the visual reminder of their decline while following internal guidance that feels increasingly urgent. This behavioral change often coincides with the final weeks or days. Recognizing it early allows you to provide gentle comfort without overriding their instinctive needs entirely. Sign 9. The food relationship that breaks your heart. Eating becomes a complex emotional battleground during your cat's final phase. You offer their favorite meals, and they sniff politely before walking away untouched. Desperate to encourage appetite, you try different brands, flavors, and temperatures. Occasionally, they take 2 small bites, filling you with hope, only to refuse everything again the next day. This eating pattern creates an exhausting cycle of hope and disappointment. Good days make you believe they're improving, while refusal days convince you the situation is worsening rapidly. But appetite loss during end-stage decline isn't random. It follows predictable patterns that serve specific purposes. As the body prepares for its final transition, hunger signals diminish naturally. Energy requirements decrease, and digestive processes slow down or become uncomfortable. What looks like stubbornness or pickiness actually represents the body's wise redirection of energy away from processing food toward more essential functions. Please take a second to like this video if it's helping you understand your cat's behavior. Your engagement helps us reach more cat owners who need this information. Sometimes cats force themselves to eat small amounts purely to reduce their human's visible anxiety. They respond to the worry in your eyes, the tension in your voice when you plead with them to just try a little bite. Their love motivates them to pretend normalcy even when eating feels impossible. Understanding this dynamic helps you focus on comfort rather than consumption during these final days. Offer food gently without pressure, celebrating small victories without demanding more than they can manage. Sign 10. The moment that becomes sacred in memory. In the quietest, most unexpected moments, something beautiful happens. Your cat, who hasn't initiated close contact in weeks or months, suddenly approaches with deliberate intent. They climb into your lap without invitation, stretch a gentle paw across your hand, press their head against your chest, and simply rest there in complete stillness. No purring, no kneading, no requests for petting, just pure presence. The moment feels like a gift, reminiscent of earlier times when closeness came easily and frequently. You smile, thinking perhaps they're finally feeling better, that your bond is healing and strengthening again. But sometimes these precious moments carry deeper significance than immediate joy suggests. Looking back, many owners realize these final cuddle sessions weren't about feeling better. They were about saying goodbye in the most loving way possible. Cats don't create dramatic farewell scenes. They don't announce their departures or beg you not to forget them. Instead, they offer something subtle and sacred, a moment of pure connection that transcends words, explanations, or promises. These goodbye moments often feel different in ways you can't immediately identify. The quality of stillness seems deeper, their gaze more penetrating, their willingness to remain close more intentional than casual affection usually feels. Trust these feelings when they arise. Your intuition recognizes significance that your logical mind might dismiss. These aren't just sweet memories, they're precious final gifts from a loving heart preparing to journey beyond your shared physical experience. Sign 11. The inner voice you keep trying to ignore. Throughout this entire process, another signal operates quietly in the background, your own intuition. Deep in your heart, underneath hope and denial and logical explanations, something whispers that circumstances are different now. Something has shifted in ways you can feel but struggle to accept. You notice your cat didn't respond to their name as quickly as usual, or they sat in that dark corner longer than normal, or their purr sounded too constant and disconnected from interaction. Individually, these observations seem minor and easily dismissed. Together, they create an undeniable pattern your loving heart recognizes even when your mind resists. This internal knowing doesn't come from paranoia or negativity. It emerges from years of intimate connection with your feline companion. You've learned their rhythms, preferences, and subtle communication methods. When something fundamental changes, your bond alerts you even before your conscious awareness catches up. Before we wrap up, make sure you're subscribed to Cat Sense's advice and have notifications turned on. We're building a community of cat lovers who want to understand and support their feline friends through every life stage. Trust this intuitive wisdom. It's not preparing you for loss, it's calling you to presence. It's asking you to set aside fear and denial so you can show up fully during the time you have left together. Being present through the transition. Recognition is only the beginning. Once you understand these signs, your response determines whether your cat's final chapter unfolds with comfort, dignity, and connection, or with confusion and missed opportunities. Presence doesn't require fixing, denying, or dramatically changing your routine. It means acknowledging what's happening while providing gentle support without overwhelming your cat with anxiety or desperate attempts to reverse natural processes. Create calm, comfortable environments wherever your cat chooses to spend time. If they've abandoned their usual sleeping spots for strange locations, make those new places as cozy as possible without forcing them back to familiar areas. Maintain normal routines while staying flexible about your cat's changing needs and energy levels. They draw comfort from predictability even when they can't participate in activities the same way they used to. Most importantly, trust your cat's wisdom about their own experience. They understand their body signals better than anyone else can. Your role is supporting their choices rather than overriding them with well-intentioned but misguided interventions. Creating meaningful final moments. These final days and weeks offer opportunities for profound connection if you approach them with awareness rather than denial. Simple presence, sitting quietly nearby while your cat rests, speaking gently to them even if they don't respond actively, maintaining calm energy that reassures rather than distresses, provides immense comfort during transition periods. Many cats find peace in gentle physical contact. Soft stroking, light brushing if they still enjoy grooming assistance, or simply resting your hand near them so they feel your warmth and presence. Follow their cues about what feels good and what creates stress. If this video has helped you understand your cat better, please share it with other cat owners who need this information. Every cat deserves humans who recognize their subtle communication, especially during their most vulnerable time. Remember that love doesn't always look like desperate attempts to extend life or dramatic interventions. Sometimes the deepest love expresses itself through peaceful acceptance, gentle support, and the courage to stay present during difficult transitions. The gift of understanding. Knowledge transforms everything. Instead of missing crucial signals or misinterpreting behavioral changes, you now have tools to recognize when your cat is beginning their final journey. This understanding doesn't guarantee you can change outcomes, but it ensures you won't miss opportunities to provide comfort, connection, and dignity during their transition. Every cat deserves humans who understand their subtle language, especially during life's most vulnerable moments. By recognizing these signs and responding with love rather than panic, you honor the deep bond you've shared while supporting them through their final chapter with grace and understanding. Your cat has spent their entire life loving you in their own unique way, quietly, consistently, without expecting recognition or praise. Now you have the chance to love them back with the same quiet strength, providing presence and comfort as they prepare for their next journey. Don't forget to leave your cat's name in the comments below. Whether they're still with you or watching from beyond, let their name be remembered here in our Cat Senses Advice community. Every cat deserves to have their love acknowledged and their memory honored. The signs are subtle, but your love is strong. Trust yourself, trust your cat, and trust the bond you've built together. With awareness comes the power to transform final days from confusion into connection, from missed opportunities into meaningful presence.